The surface of the water looks calm, but beneath it, something is always watching. In deadliest crocodile attacks caught on camera, that silence tells a different story. A crocodile lies flattened against the muddy edge, silent and ancient, like a trap that's been waiting for centuries. It doesn't rush, it doesn't warn, it waits, measuring the perfect instant to strike. Every real encounter caught on camera reveals the same truth. Out here, patience is power, in waters that seem harmless at first glance. Why is the crocodile the one predator nothing can afford to ignore? In the world of apex predators, every bold move comes with a hidden price. The leopard, stealthy, precise, and weighing around 150 pounds, sometimes pushes its luck, dragging its kill dangerously close to the domain of a far deadlier rival. But the Nile crocodile is not a creature that overlooks opportunity. It lingers beneath the surface, motionless and calculating, waiting for the exact instant when control can be seized. And when the leopard is forced to step into that contested ground, the water can suddenly erupt without warning. In a flash, powerful jaws clamp down, and the struggle becomes immediate and violent as the cat fights to escape the crushing bite. Only sheer instinct and explosive agility give it a chance to tear free in those final desperate moments. A chilling reminder that in the water, the advantage belongs entirely to the crocodile. The cheetah faces the same silent danger. Despite being the fastest animal on land, reaching speeds near 70 miles per hour, speed means nothing at the river's edge. In less than a fraction of a second, quicker than a blink, the crocodile can transform a simple drink into a deadly ambush. For every creature nearby, the message is unmistakable. Survival here is not about strength or speed alone, but constant awareness. Because in this unforgiving world, a single lapse can be the difference between life and never seeing the dawn again. Along the river's edge, wild boars are far from easy prey. Adults can tip the scales at nearly 200 pounds, armed with sharp tusks up to 4 inches long, always alert to the slightest disturbance. Even the tiniest lapse in attention at the water's margin can give a lurking crocodile the chance it's been waiting for. From the mirror-like surface, the predator can launch itself onto the bank at nearly 11 miles per hour, closing the gap in mere seconds. Yet, for the boar, constant awareness is the ultimate shield. When piglets are nearby, the rules of engagement can change dramatically. A protective mother lowers her stance, surges forward with relentless force, and exerts enough pressure to make even a patient ambusher pause. Along this fragile boundary between land and water, true strength belongs not just to the first to strike, but to the one who stands firm and defends what matters most. Across the vast African plains, lions dominate as the undisputed rulers of the land. Weighing close to 400 pounds, they can explode into action with shocking speed. But their real strength isn't just power, it's teamwork, A pride moves as one, precise and coordinated. Still, everything changes at the edge of the water. Here, the Nile crocodile becomes the true master of its domain. The moment a lion steps toward the river, even the faintest ripple can signal danger, enough for a crocodile to calculate the perfect strike. In that split second, survival no longer depends on strength, but on sharp instincts and lightning-fast reactions. And these tense encounters rarely end in a single moment. They leave behind a quiet tension, an unspoken warning remembered by both predators. The balance only begins to shift when the crocodile moves onto shallow ground. That's when the lions seize their chance, spreading out, surrounding their opponent, forcing it to constantly turn. Their speed keeps the pressure high while the crocodile stands its ground, armored, powerful, and armed with crushing jaws. But away from deep water, the ambush hunter starts to lose its edge. Eventually, it must retreat, back to the river, where the odds swing in its favor once again. Yet even then, the lions never fully relax, not even with food in their jaws near the shoreline. One sudden movement from the murky water is all it takes to send the entire pride stepping back in unison. Because at this boundary between land and water, dominance isn't about who is stronger, but who controls the ground beneath them. In Africa's shadowy wetlands, the hippopotamus doesn't just exist, it dominates. Like a moving fortress, few dare to confront. A fully grown adult can tip the scales at nearly 3,000 pounds, its body packed with raw power built for explosive force in the water. Its jaws stretch open to an astonishing 150 degrees, revealing tusks that can reach up to 20 inches, more than enough to do far more than defend. This is an animal that enforces authority without hesitation. Nearby, a Nile crocodile lies almost motionless, tuned to every ripple, every subtle disturbance, waiting for the slightest weakness. That weakness rarely comes, but when a calf drifts just a little too far from its mother's protective shield, even for a moment, the tension spikes. Still, making a move here is never safe. It's a high-risk gamble. Because the instant the herd reacts, everything can change in seconds. A charging hippo can surge forward with unstoppable force, driving the crocodile out of deeper water and into a vulnerable position, before unleashing a crushing bite nearing 1,800 pounds per square inch. Against thick, armor-like skin, nearly 2 inches deep, and the combined force of multiple hippos, the ambush predator quickly runs out of options. Out here, the rule is clear. Strategy has its limits, and sometimes raw power and the unity of the herd decide everything. Across the endless plains of the Serengeti, wildebeest move like living endurance machines, built for distance, driven by instinct. Some weigh as much as 600 pounds, yet what truly carries them forward is something deeper, an ancient pull toward survival. Every year, nearly 1.5 million souls thunder across the plains in a pulse of life and power, an unstoppable migration that has been unfolding without pause for millennia. But when they reach the rushing Mara River, the mood shifts. The young see only water, while the older ones hesitate. Because beneath that murky surface lies memory of danger, of loss, of something waiting. Hidden below, Nile crocodiles, some stretching over 16 feet, have remained motionless for weeks, even months, conserving energy for a single moment. They don't chase, they calculate. They wait for chaos, for the instant the herd loses its unity. And when the crossing begins, the river does the rest, tearing the formation apart with powerful currents. One wrong step, one animal drifting too far, and the balance is broken. In a split second, jaws slam shut with crushing force, dragging a victim beneath the surface as the river erupts with panic and pounding hooves. Every migration season, thousands vanish in these waters. Yet here nothing is wasted. The fallen return to the system, feeding the river with over 1,000 tons of life-sustaining nutrients. At this razor-thin edge between life and death, every ending quietly fuels a new beginning. Let's slip into the Pantanal's hidden waterways, where raw power and survival collide beneath the flooded canopy. Every heartbeat could tip the balance between life and death. Here, the water belongs to the caiman, silent, armored hunters, stretching nearly 8 feet, built for patience and sudden explosive violence. But deep within the tangled greenery, something else is watching. Patient, silent, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. 2 steady golden eyes locked onto the scene. This is the jaguar, the only big cat powerful enough to dominate these wetlands. Unlike its distant relatives, the jaguar carries a weapon few can rival, a crushing bite force strong enough to pierce bone, delivering a precise fatal grip in seconds. Every movement it makes is deliberate. This isn't just a hunt, it's a calculated execution. Then, without warning, the stillness shatters. The jaguar explodes forward, striking before the caiman can slip into deeper water. The fight churns the surface, but the jaguar's immense strength takes over, its muscular frame hauling the struggling reptile out of its element, dragging it toward the steep bank. And just like that, silence returns. In the heart of the flooded forest, the jaguar stands alone, reminding every creature in these waters that even the hunters are never truly safe. Crocodiles are relics of a distant past. Predators refined by millions of years into near-perfect ambush hunters. Their eyes sit high above the skull, allowing them to vanish beneath dark, silent water while still watching, waiting, calculating the exact instant to strike. They don't waste energy on long pursuits. Instead, everything is unleashed in one explosive moment, an unstoppable surge forward, followed by the infamous death roll that locks prey in a violent, inescapable spin. With a metabolism built for endurance, a crocodile can remain motionless for months. All that patience, all that stillness, exchanged for a single devastating second that decides everything. The river's surface calms once more, yet the shadow of the timeless predator lingers. Every fleeting encounter vanishes into the mud, leaving behind only a hushed stillness that stretches far beyond sight. If these incredible tales of survival have you on the edge of your seat, give this video a like and show your support. Hit subscribe to stay tuned for even more jaw-dropping encounters and wild moments. Remember, the natural world never stops surprising us, and the most extraordinary scenes often come last.